Just bringing up the streaming software on the computer now, guys, so we can watch what's going on. Thought I'd say good day. Got a 3D printer the other day. So I thought we'd have a play. Got a couple of things loaded up to go. On the printer, a couple of center finders. Do you check your page for questions on your projects? As in the YouTube page itself? I normally answer comments all the time. Spend a lot of time answering comments. Live chat. Quite a bit of time answering comments on videos, past, present, current, and streams. Streams are a lot better place for you to have a chat though. It's a bit hard to get a continual back and forth going on if you're not in a actual stream. But yeah, I chat to an absolute ton of people. Yes. So we've got an Ender Creativity Ender 3 here, which I bought off banggood.com. It was in Australian stock. Currently got the bed heating and then the extruder's about to start heating. Got a couple of center finders we're going to print today. And just have a chat while we're doing it. If you've got any questions, fire away. Done a bit of a stream today already. With Pokey's Mechanical in his workshop on TikTok so far today. Yeah, so we're just heating up. We've got this beautiful green ABS, which I get from 3D Phillies, which is an Australian company. We've got the extruder starting to heat up now. I'm starting to get a little bit to come through it. It's a bright, nice green colour, this. I really like it. The beauty of this is you can tune it on the fly, start it, stop it, pause it, all those kinds of things, which is sweet. It's also got stop and start and pause, so you can actually stop a print halfway through, change your filament or whatever you need to, and keep going. Which should also save you in a power outage, they reckon. And 199 degrees, going for 245, just about to get started. Looks like we're getting 720 quality out of the stream, which is cool. 220 degrees Celsius, heating up. So I used a cutting software called Ultimaker Cura, and it says we're going to use 9 grams or 3.69 meters of this filament. That's through a 0.4 millimeter nozzle. I can hear it's actually extruding a bit of plastic here. So it's getting ready to rumble. I'm just going to print these up for a buddy of mine. He's been buying aluminium ones of these off the internet, and I thought, well, let's see what happens if we grab a It's actually quite impressive how no, we're printing. Ooh, that's doing something strange. Let's ditch that while we're ahead. Now we're going to need some adhesion down on this. This is no good. So we'll stop that. I had a successful print this morning. It's ABS. The bed is supposedly level. I did a reasonable job manually leveling it. I don't know if there's an automated way of doing it. I haven't looked yet. Let's get the x-axis out of the way. And cut something different up to print. Print something in the ends and change the bed height with the knobs while you're doing it. Should allow the first layer just so it smears it out. Alright mate, thank you. Okie dokie. There's a stream. This is what I was looking at doing, was a little center finder. Really good old Thingiverse, which is a cool spot to get your print ideas from and stuff to play with. I printed a cool little clip before, which came out really nice. Was a clip for the end of your, that goes in the, like your joinery and cupboards. Battery dispenser like that would be cool for 18650s. Okay, so it's got to basically touch the first pass. It's going to have a touch. It's just unlimited the amount of things you can do with these once get them properly dialed in. See, as I can control the axes, we might move our print head all the way down to the bottom, and then just move it around and check it with the level again and make sure we're really close. I didn't realise it had to be that close. We'll just find something cool and small to print. Anyone got any suggestions? Something I can search on good old Thingiverse? Something you've printed that's simple and quick? That's not correct. 0.001 mil, it won't stick. Do you do like hairspray or glue sticks or whatever? I used to do that. I haven't 3D printed for a long time, so I'm going to admit, like it's been 2 years. So I'm going to admit a bit of a rookie again. I was never great at it, but like yeah, now I'm really quite fresh again. I run just a plain old glue stick previously. That's what I'm thinking. We can move. Yeah, so it's too low, you can actually see a gap. So we'll bring this side up. Not that way, up. And that one there, up. Oh, missed that, what did it say? Don't use anything and hate to add to material, either use a mat or glass bed for those with new surface. Ah yeah, so I've got this mat on I've got a Da Vinci as well that's I bricked that has a glass bed. It's not quite as big as this, so I don't know whether we would be able to interchange. To level this bad boy up. Maybe I just got lucky this morning in the first little print. Okay, so that way's level. The rear's got to come up. Balance it so the front can come down a little bit. Alright. I guess that was touching. By turning quarter of a turn, yeah. I'm just trying to get it somewhere close because evidently I was a long way off. So we will need to come up at the front as the move that over to the center. X 10 mil at a time. I really like the way you can actually control this one. The thing I really didn't like about the my original one, the piece of paper. Okay, yeah, good idea. I'm glad you're in the stream tonight, DIY Tech and Repairs. Haha. It's very handy to know, to have someone in the know when it comes to 3D print. just passes underneath there. Go back to x-axis, move it over to the right. Oh, the bloody clip there. Is there a better way to hold that down than using these clips? Just under. Okay, move it again. Move Y. A bit higher, I can actually hear it touch there. And that's paper's tight underneath. We'll move over to the don't like that clip idea. Over there, move again, move Y. It's really tight, so that's good. Right, back to oh no, knocked the laptop off its perch. Alright. Because I understand, like, you've got to get that first layer so perfect because everything's built off that first layer. If that, like you say, if that's not right on the base, they drastically get out of whack as you go up. And it's not what we want. We want it to be as neat as we can. Oh no, why? Car panel pin replacements. Send you a good link to describing it. It's crucial to have the correct temperature, correct nozzle. Lastly, the height. First layer needs to be flattened out. So I had the ABS that I've got here says 220 to 260 printing temp, and the Cura cutter set it at 245 extruding temp, and I had the bed at 100. It's nice and warm. Outside, like ambient temperature's nice and warm, maybe 25-ish degrees I suppose in the shed at the moment. I've got the doors all shut in here so there's no breeze or anything, so that'll help. Oh, we're gonna have to save that for another day. Cybertruck. That is cool. I want a Cybertruck. Do PLA and PTG. They're the faves. You gotta have a favourite. Oh, come on. Maybe PLA is a lot easier than ABS. Okay, yep. Is that just because it's a lot? I know ABS is fairly sensitive to temperature, etc. from memory. See, I went from having one of those DaVinci Pro things that are like super proprietary, and you've got to buy the credit card wallet. You've got to buy their proprietary filaments and things. Okay, so we're getting the Cura software. Why that's super large icons. We've got the frame, the ejector, and the side latch. Why's that got to stay in the middle? Doesn't. Side latch. Oh, upside down. I suppose the side laptop does anywhere near as good as you'd think. Okay, so we've got two of them. We don't need two of them. So I need the ejector. So that's not going to get printed on us. Surely that needs to be laid down. Rotate, mirror. Is that going to be smart enough to support build that? I have two printers here. One they've been running non-stop, one of them for weeks. Oh really? What kind of stuff are you printing? And what kind of printers do you run? I want to lay that down. I don't think that should be standing up. Yeah, because surely it can't print that. Degrees. Printing bins for large case cabinet, lots of nuts and bolts to sort a lot of PLA so far. How many kilos do you reckon you're going through? That's sick. I did look at the little parts bins. CR10 and the new Ender 6. So this is just an Ender 3, it's just an old one. But it was on special on Banggood and I think I only paid, what did I pay? I only paid, wrong axis. This is hard, you got to be looking at it from the right direction. Okay, they're flat now. Let's slice that again, see what it says. Let's have a look. Don't know why that line's there. Save to removable. Eject removable. Cool. Poke the card in the printer. Pasted links early and they got flagged, but look into. In regarding the setup. Yeah, I should be able to see them on the computer, I guess. If they got flagged, it should be fine. Okay. Let's go over here and have a look at what's going on here. Sorry, I need a better stretchy. So get ready to bed's heating up. Excellent. No. I appreciate the living crap out of your comments to Tech and Repairs, because, like I said, I haven't printed for a while since I actually bricked my DaVinci. I don't think I finished that story. I bricked it, and I'm trying to modify it with aftermarket software. And yeah, ever since I bricked it, I've been out of the 3D printing game. The other day I decided I wanted to be back in the 3D printing game, so yeah, here we are. We bought a printer and thought we'd get into it. So now it's bed heating, same thing again. We're going for 100 degrees, which is 100 to 110 is what the manufacturer's recommended on this ABS. It's getting hot in here, so I'm opening up the door. Yeah, this will take a minute, but it'll heat up. If anyone else has got a 3D printer that they run, by all means let me know. I'm very interested in different makes and models. Back. It's okay, we're back. Right, so if you weren't here, it's heating up the hotbed, which takes a little minute. Once we get the hotbed heated up, we'll be in better shape and ready to go. So I might have to go and buy myself some PLA. I haven't played with PTEG ever. I played with PLA with my old printer. Torches while we're waiting for it to warm up. In the wise words of Aussie Man Reviews, here's my face. So, just don't need to be UV resistant. PLA is great. Oh, cool. That's exactly what I want to hear, because I just want to build stuff. That's the long and short of it. Is I just want to build a bunch of stuff. A few of my mates have had some great car ideas, and the other day I seen a person was making pie cut bends. So they're basically like a circle that's at 9 degrees, so you can actually mock up Alexander Chappelle. We'll Google him now. Basically do these Alex and 3D printer. He's on Thingiverse, of course he is. Yeah, so there's pie cut bends that are 9-degree increments. Those 9-degree increments you can use to make 45s and 90s and things, obviously with a set amount of cuts. So 9 degrees, you need 10 of them and you can make a 90-degree bend. You can also swivel them as you're stacking the bends and make these real cool lobster back shaped bends for your cars and stuff. Yeah, I just didn't know if anyone knew about them. So, Alexandre Chappelle. Oh wow, they're full on drawers and boxes and stuff. He makes his own sortie boxes. So if you go on Thingiverse and type in Alexandre, that's Alexandre Chappelle. So this is from Norway. He'll come up with a bunch of, I think he's got 18 designs up on Thingiverse. He's got face shields and a bunch of handles and drawer design things for like sortie boxes, 1x1s, 1x2s, 1x3s, 1x4s, 2x2s, all to go in, I'm assuming, a standard size kind of sortie box. That is cool. Super 7 car, as in like a Lotus Super 7. A friend of ours has a Clubman 7, I think it's called. It's got a Z-Tech Ford Focus motor in it. He's quite frequent at Pokey's Mechanical, where we hang out and play cars. Can't believe how good this old laptop's doing. So many windows open at once and I'm looking at designs and stuff. Alright, we're about to start printing. We're at 212 degrees. Your Lotus 7 used several CNC and 3D printed parts. I was thinking the other day, is it possible to 3D print something and then get it to use it as a fitter? So actually, say 3D print like an engine mount, fit it up so that it's just actually in the car, you know, really open infill, don't go crazy with the production of it. Fit it up so it can go in a vehicle as an engine mount, and then change it to like a, what do you call them, are they a Gerber file? And then take that to a machine shop and go, one of these please, but not plastic. That's something that I want to do, is develop a few parts. As mock-ups, yeah, I do that a lot. Okay, that's good to know. Yep, it's not actually printing, it's just rubbing it on the left-hand side of the print bed. Then you're just leaving a streak of colour. Alright, let's switch to the printer. Take my ugly face out of the... So it's not actually bunching up like it was. It sounds like it's bogging down and slowing up when you do a certain couple of movements at once. Yeah, we're pretty consistent. We're getting pretty consistent loops. It's a little bit low here. A little bit low at the back there, I suppose. Or is it high? Oh, I don't know. We'll see in a sec. Yeah, so where it's thin, it's too high. So it's at 0.2 mil now, so that means it's going to start laying it out. We're still missing a bit here. That means it's too high. Alright, now we're starting to get layer. Well, this is intense. Like a kid in a candy store the first time playing with a 3D printer. Sorry guys, but something different, so I thought I'd stream it and show you what I'm up to. Looks like it's having no dramas at all, keeping 245 on the nozzle head there. So that's good, we'll keep doing this. Keep doing what we're doing. At the end of the day, if it doesn't work, it's just a bit of filament and a bit of time. I'm more upset about the bed is too close in the upper side. Minus it. Top left hand side. Give it a little tickle there. Bed is too close in the upper side. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's drawing little dots. That's interesting. They're just so good to watch. I thoroughly enjoy it. Used to be a guy on YouTube. He was really busy on YouTube years ago. It was called Barnacules Nerdgasm. I don't know if anyone remembers him. And he used to do heaps of 3D printing stuff. It used to be awesome. I don't know if he's still making videos, and I haven't seen anything. I was subscribed to him for years. He used to make multiple videos a day. DIY Tech and Repairs. How much longevity are you getting out of these printers? Do they have like an hour meter on them, like a piece of earth moving equipment? Bear in mind that I normally play with earth moving equipment. It's got an about section. But yeah, I don't think it's got an hour meter. Be interesting to see how long one of these actually lasts and how much stuff you can print with it. Just yeah, once I find a few things that I really want to get stuck into printing, I'm going to do a lot of that. And we're going to improve this printer as well. Because as a lot of people would probably know, phone's going flat. A lot of people would probably know and understand. Connected to the hole, the PTFE tubes will wear out, the nozzle will wear out. You need to make sure you have belts correctly tightened. Yeah. My printers have done 1,000+ hours. So at a $300 rate for a printer like this, have a spare one sitting in the box and happy days. Of course you need to maintain it. Yeah. Yeah, we got some ugly bits there. We had some non-stickers. And so I imagine keeping them clean and that kind of thing is definitely a thing. Bottom left corner is too far off as it looks. The bottom left corner is too far off as it looks. The other end's too close. A little turn, see if it makes it any better. We'll see what happens. How good's this? I've actually got like built-in tech advice so that I can actually stay on top of the print. Not just looking in the comments. Just doing a bit of infill in there. So it appears to have brought this fan into 33%. That was off. So it's turned itself on. Cool, whatever. I don't know why, but yeah, that's alright. I don't mind if it fails, but I just want to get something out of the print and see what happens. Just mostly for interest's sake. Okay, so ABS, you don't want it to be cooling the head down too much. I had layer adhesion problems for a while with ABS, and then I found out it was because I used to leave the door of my printer open. It was on a cold night because the ABS smelled a bit in that printer because it was in an enclosed box. You'd open it up and it'd smell. And then, yeah, I did a big model with PLA and it fell apart because it was too hot for the whole time. It was a bit of a catch-22. You getting plenty of strength out of your PLA? Do you need to use more of it to make it stronger? And does it compare price-wise? I've been out of the 3D printing game for a bit long to know. I was pretty happy with the kit that came. Posted in the chat so people can buy one for themselves if they want one. But with Yeah, once I get my printer dialed in, I'm going to be $200 is what I paid for it. That's $203 I got mine for. I may have traded some affiliate points in on that, but I don't think it would have been many. So I'll post a link for you in the video description in a sec. Yeah, there's some shitty bits going on. I think we might cancel this in a sec. We'll see if the next bit does any good, but it doesn't look like it's going to be any good. I think we're going to struggle with this one. It looks relatively consistent. PLA's good enough for me. For instance, the boxes and handles are no problem, as long as the printer's set up properly to adhere to it. Get a link. Copy a link. Paste a link. Then short link. Short link. Copy a link. Paste a link. There's a link. Yeah, like I say, that's where I got this one from. I put it together pretty quick in an evening. John Rand. Hello, John. My buddy from across the river. How's things, mate? You solely print in ABS. You are a bigger fan of ABS now, bro? Give me some pros and cons with the ABS, mate. I may have to pick your brain in person with a beer one day. To be honest, I bought a 3D printer because I had 4 or 5 rolls of filament kicking around. I got bright green, I got bright purple, and I think I got a bright red one as well that I got from 3D Phillies. Because I was flashing my other printer. And while I was in the process of that, I bricked it and haven't had a chance to fix it. Spent hours and hours trying to flash it properly. Hard to print stinks, but strong, UV stable and weatherproof. You'd print like, would you have printed like camera mounts and stuff like that and all kinds of bits and pieces that go outside and stuff for work? PCB stuff. And you got one of these at work, John? It's another question. Should I get an enclosure for this thing, boys? I'm looking at the model. I can't actually understand if you use a cardboard box but I only need an enclosure for ABS or ASA. It's ASA, let me Google that. a 3D printer filament. What's ASA do for us? Polo X. Damn, it can print hot. 235 to 255. That's warm, isn't it? And you get that. You get that from Oztic in New South Wales. I think I'm going to have to can this one. Shut it down. $5 kilo rolls. Oh, John, you're going through it, mate. That is awesome. Okay, I really don't understand what was going on with that. There's tons of it. What are you printing, man? You just printing fun stuff for you, or work stuff, or both, or? That's awesome. 16 kilos. That's a good order. Mainly work stuff. Sorry, camera guys. Someone print me a pod for my camera. Does anybody know someone that recycles dead prints? Someone that can do like a re-extrude? Because that would be the most awesome use of plastic. Oh, it's going to suck to clean up. What's the best way to clean off a bed? You wait till it's cold to clean it off, or? So obviously things fail all the time. Prints fail all the time. On top. I use a steel sheet, so I use acetone. Steel sheet, yeah, right. That's cool. Just eats the crap out of the plastic and it's out of the way. This is just the mat that it come with, so kind of running what came with it. The hotbed's aluminium underneath it. I think it's aluminium. That's a profile. Oh, so that's just like it feels like a mouse pad. It's like something hard and can handle some temperature, but it feels like a mouse pad. I need to get myself some isopropyl. What about straight ethanol? I can get lots of that really cheap. A friend of mine has a still. Oh, here we go. It's coming off. Worst part is this bed was just at 100 degrees. So I had a glass sheet in the other one, in the Da Vinci, so I might pluck that out and see what happens if I put that on there. I imagine all I've got to do is modify the zero stop and put the glass sheet on there. So that may be a thing too. I imagine a shop vac's probably a good thing to have in here for cleaning up. How'd you go? Did you buy that shop vac we were talking about the other day? Okay. I like the auto home button. Except for when something gets jammed in it. It's got to be good for the stepper motors, eh? Went with a Karcher because that's all I could get in the day. I had a few that wouldn't die. Like I had a few that spent plenty of time going. But they also fell apart. They weren't like amazing. Okay. Go for something flatter. Might need to stick a vacuum in here just to pick up some of the rubbish that is going to end up on the floor from doing this, I imagine. Is your 3D printing area a pretty messy spot? Righto, we've got the bed heating up. It's at 66 still, because it was nice and warm still. A little bit of stuff on it, but it's all green, so we'll probably end up just sanding it and fixing it. Why don't you show me all the chat? Oh, so you could paint the PLA and have it outside. Never thought of that. You'd think I'd know a bit more about plastic being a plumber, but generally we buy this plastic, use this glue, to honky-dory. Most of what I know about plastics from AVE, the Canadian YouTuber. So he apparently knows a bit about plastic. It's kind of just an experiment, and the best part about it is being in YouTube and making content and stuff like that. I've got a few people around me that I can kind of bounce ideas off, like you guys that are watching, which is sick. Bed's almost up to 10. I'm not sure if it'll... Oh, they need to read that real easy. Looking at it on the computer, you can't really read it. It's at 88 degrees, warming on up. Probably save a bit of power using PLA if it's not all as hot, I guess, too. A few things might last longer not being so hot. It appears that you can buy a multitude of spare parts for these things, so I might start buying things that are going to fail. You're still here, John. What printer are you running? Almost up to temp, 94. There was a There was a MakerBot for sale on our local marketplace, but they wanted 1,000 for it, and it was old. Like, the model I looked up was 4 or 5 years old. So I decided against it, and I decided to buy a new one. $99. You used to be able to manage. You used to be able to manage a stream on YouTube, but it's not letting me play the game. I probably need to create it off YouTube's to begin with, rather than creating it mobilely. With everything I do, it takes me. Like, I'm only getting to see the normal page. Anyway, whatever. Stuart is at 150, it's racing up. Heating her up. Yeah, I looked for ages for a printer, and then I ended up settling on this. Because, yeah, like $203, and Ender had a pretty good name from what I read. Just about to fire up, 192. What's everyone else doing for their Saturday night? Well, it's Saturday night in Australia. Almost ready, 230 degrees. See some filament falling out. It's getting ready to go. And we're on the move. Is the strip up and down the side of a Thingiverse thing? Well, it's pretty consistent. That excites me. I need to sit in there though. I think that's about to cause me a headache. see. Alright, we'll just let it run for a while and we'll come back to it and see what happens if anything changes. If you've got any questions, fire them away. I'll keep an eye on the chat so we can have a chat, but in the meantime, enjoy what you're watching, guys. If you like watching a bit of 3D printer doing a dance around the in the shed. Yeah, I did just raise it up. DIY. It was too far away. The bit that is printing now that you can't really see because of the head is like perfectly mashed out on there. Lower your Z-axis, okay. Oh, how many of these is this going to print? Is it going to print 1 or 3? I can't remember. So this is a center finder. It's got like 2 wings and a center hole. Oh, I just cooked that. Got way too interfering in that, just buggered it. I moved the stupid clips. Oh, fail. Righto, let's get this Z-axis height right before we print something else. Let's get this thing out. Z. Get that out of my way. What a rookie. It's alright, once I get this sorted, we'll be home and hosed. I took the stupid clips off that hold this crappy bed down because one of them snagged on the side here. I shouldn't have taken the clips off, that was my stuff up. I'm just paranoid about it running into it and hurting one of the servos though, I suppose. So that bit there, that's really nice. That's actually printed quite well. That had a bit of stick to it. It wasn't like falling off. We had pretty good layers there. That's paper thin the way it is. You're a legend, John. Add clips, squeeze and remove handles. I hope someone else is watching this. See, I'm not on YouTube to educate you, but there's some smart people out there. That know a lot more than me. This is why I come here. Bit of persistence will get it right. Wasn't doing anything else on a Saturday night, so we might as well do something fun. Stanley blade. There it is. I spent a few years making all the mistakes. I feel better then. First few weeks and months until I figured it out. Nah, thank you boys. You guys, you're inspiring me. I had a nightmare of a time. Well, no, my Da Vinci, once I got the bed leveled, I smashed it out. I was printing things, but they were crap. Like, I actually bought it from a retailer and they hustled me. I don't like to admit that, but I openly admit that a major retailer in Australia, being Harvey Norman, sold it to me, gave me a bunch of filament for free to take it off their hands because I didn't realise that it was just dead stock. I now know that. Sometimes I still hate it. There's always issues. Look, if it, like you say, if it was perfect, everyone would be doing it, and you would have been doing it for years. But yeah, like it takes a little bit of persistence. Harvey Norman used to sell them, yeah. So I bought the no, they had a print fail in the middle and it failed and I still don't know why. 12-hour print, 350 grams. Ugh. Nothing happened and I've printed tons. Yeah, like I printed this, it was like this big, like size of a, almost the size of a Coke can. And I printed that almost the full size of a Coke can and it failed, and it was a Mini Cooper, like a little mini Moke. And the print went pretty much flawlessly, but the thing nearly fell in half afterwards. "74 hours. That is insane, John. That's a long-term fail. Right, bed's still fairly hot. We're still at 60 degrees, so we'll be ready to go again soon. Oop, don't know how to say your username, but hello, sir, to you as well. Genuine rustling or printing fast, not reconfiguring after a change. Yeah, so my aim is to do like production runs, and when I want to do something, I'll do a few of it. Rather than just one or two. Longest print was 5 days. How much filament did you use for 5 days? Yeah, apparently this one can resume, but I don't know how that goes. I'd imagine it's got to finish a layer, and when it totally finishes that layer, then it's good. $2 kilos high quality slow print. 5 kilos every couple of days. That's ridiculous. That is a lot of printing. High quality takes heaps more time. So I'm imagining the layer height is how you get your quality up. Is that correct? So if you're pointing at 0.0, what did Cura say it could do? So it's at 0.02 there. It says my printer can do to 0.012, but it has the ability to slice to 0.08. So that's some tiny layer thickness. I can't believe how thin it can print. That's next level. 5 days in a row would be 5 kilos of PLA. What printer are you using, John? That's mad. That's fine. Like there's people in the machining world. Pursa Mark III. I was looking at those before I bought this. But decided on this because it cost me bugger all. Don't do disappeared. Where is it? I don't do lower than 0.15 on fine print now and 0.4 on coarse, and I run 0.6 mil tip most of the time. Oh, does that get better results, a bigger tip? I think this one's 0.4 that it came with. Pursa Mark III's. There's just so many of them now that have got so many different names, and depending on what website you go to buy them off, they're called so many different things now. So there's A8s and A10s in like 10 different names. Smash most stuff out at 0.2, easier and faster. What did it? Yeah, this was. Yeah, the last thing I cut was at 0.2. Easier and faster. I think it's one of those things I'm just going to have to get used to it again. Waste some filament, waste some time, play with it, and see where I end up, because I find it interesting. So it's not like total waste, because it's like a good waste of time, you're playing with something. Once you got that Z level dialed in. Well, my extruder's heating up now, so I will be able to get that first go again in a sec. The bed is level, left to right. Ooh, missed that, what did you say? Run something with a large skirt around the whole print and set up while you're running so you have an even first layer. I'd be lowering it really low for the first layer. It's just about to start. So up's the same direction. Yeah, I'll be a bit more subtle with the turning of the dials. I didn't realise it was that fine knob. Yeah, I won't dick around with it too much once we get it doing the swivel around. It's just about ready to go. 244, 245. The beast's about to come alive. Too low at this end. They're back to front. It went down. I was turning it towards up. You turn way too much of the time. I went the complete wrong way too. Right. Now go back to the paper trick. Back to the paper trick, move axis. Yeah, I don't think I'm giving it credit for how far that actually moves when you jump on the knobs. You are correct, DIY. The way I read it. I'd level the bed by setting the nozzle at a fixed height off the bed in 9 spots, then never touch the knobs. Then as it's printing, lower the Z height in the control panel, still it starts to stick. Okay, so you're saying get the bed just level, John, and then come down by altering the Z height with the actual machine. Okay, that excites me. Probably shouldn't, there's probably something wrong with me. Level to the nozzle. That's a point. If we move that out of the way. Lived until you've crashed the head into the bed. The carriage isn't perfectly level. Oh, I've seen videos of CNC machines that pick up a bit and then run it clean into the thing they're trying to machine. Oh, it's upsetting, but it's kind of funny at the same time. Okay, what can I do to level the... Would that mean that that has to go out at the top? That's fine as long as the bed is true to the nozzle. Okay. The issue is the bed distance to the nozzle, so I need to set the Z height properly. Z down. Z down to 0. Y axis. Okay, so it's not actually touching. It's close. Oh, there's it. No, just had a bit of stuff on it. Piece of paper. Just a little bit tight. Home Z and then set the distance. Yeah, Z is all the way down on the depth stop. It's got a micro switch depth stop there. Just bringing the carriage out now. Now we're getting further and further away. Okay, so we'll raise the back up. Back it off a little bit. Oh shit, look at that. Yep, that's feeling. It's feeling nice and tight. So close to touching. Oh no, it's touching. It's definitely better. Okay, so if we change axis, Z axis, it's grabbing the paper there. Over the other side. You have no idea how much I appreciate the live feedback, by the way, guys. Very lucky. Just fits under. Alright, that let's see what happens. See what our first try the center finder again. Bit of paper, very handy by the way. Hope the phone hasn't been vibrating flat out the whole time. Righto, heating up, we'll try again. Sorry stream for dropping out. A piece of paper trick's a good idea. I was going to go and grab the bed off the other 3D printer to show. Let's go and grab the other 3D printer's bed and I'll be back. The bed's heating up, we're at 70 degrees, then we've got to heat the extruder up, so we won't be long. No, it won't. It's part of the bed, and I think it's like epoxied or glued or something. How many people we actually got in the stream? Are you guys like me and like watch 3 streams at a time? I certainly can't thank John and DIY Tech and Repairs there enough for the assistance with setting this up. I'm not going to lie, a bit of a rookie at it, and these guys know what they're doing. Talking to some people that go and use kilos and kilos a week certainly makes me feel better. Wouldn't mind to make something to hold the feeder down here somewhere, with some kind of stay. Have a look on Thingiverse, I'm sure they make something. Be rude if they didn't. Bed's almost heated up, we're almost ready to rumble. Almost ready for the extruder to heat up, which is nice and quick. Same thing again, we're up to the 245 degrees for the extruder. Right, extruder heating up now, guys. Get that extruder heated up and we'll be doing our run. I really wish YouTube would be a bit easier to use in regards to the streaming from mobile and dealing with it on this. It's certainly not simple. What's that do? Oh, we can have cool. Oh, look at that. Isn't that amazing? None of that. Get out. Go back to the chat. Live chat. Piss your queer filters off. We don't want the filters. Just about ready to go, just over 200 degrees. Ready to put that first line down and see what it's doing. Cross your finger, it's not horrible. So many cool upgrades for the Ender 3 actually on Thingiverse just for you to upgrade it. Quite cool. Like get your printer and upgrade your printer. It's a little bit cyborgish and I love it. Use your printer to upgrade your printer. She's awake. Yeah, that's flatter. What's everyone doing tonight other than watching a rookie set up the 3D printer? For a bit over an hour. I might go and go live over on TikTok. See if there's anyone I know on TikTok at the moment. And, go live over there. Having a beer while watching the bloke set up a 3D printer. Ha ha ha. Cheers, brother. Good to see ya. Yeah, struggling to set up a 3D printer, but look, been out of the game for a little bit and keen to get back in and learn how to do it all again. Want it for prototyping like manifolds and mandrel bends and that kind of crap, so we'll see what happens. go. It's looking very smudged at the bottom there. "3D printed throttle body amount. Depending on the kind of plastic, it probably wouldn't matter, would it? I'm going to try all kinds of things with cars. Intake adaptions, and as long as it's not anything that's going to get me killed while I'm driving down the road, I really don't care. I've seen people do 3D printed trumpets. I'm still doing it 0.2mm layer. I'm just going to let it run its course doing the 0.2 like it is. It's hardly leaving anything on the bed, but we'll let it do its thing. I'm going to let it build off that and see what happens. Let it get these bits traced out and see what happens. Making a bit of a mess. See what happens, we live and learn, don't we? It's the worst case, we waste 30 cents worth of filament. Like we're tuning a car on the dyno, watching it blow up. Last one of the three. Can't wait till it goes to the next layer height. It's really sounds like it's struggling down there, but we'll see what happens. Can I ask what he's trialing the 3D printed throttle body adapter on? What kind of engine? It's interesting. Right, John and DIY, if you're still there, I just did a baby step and raised the Z-axis from the bottom up a little bit. .4 layer height now, we've gone up a layer. Just let it rip for a few minutes and see what happens. It's a pushrod Isuzu Bellette engine and he's using an N14 pushrod Isuzu Bellette. So a little straight 4, and he's using N13 Pulsar single point injection on a standard manifold under original air cleaner, so it looks original. Oh, so he's using using fuel injection on a classic engine. Is that similar to like single point Ford injection? Just literally just a single point in something that looks like a carby, but it's just one big single fuel injector. That's pretty clever. Yeah, throttle body with an injector in it. I know what you mean, yep. That's cool. Do you happen to know what material you printed it out of? Exotic heat and fuel proof. There is some cool stuff out there. Some of the boys before have been buying stuff previously off 3D Phillies. And have these nylon carbon fibre filaments. And TPU, what's TPU? Thermoplastic polyurethane. Phone cases, belts, drone parts, springs, vibration supports. Super flexy. Print really slow with it. Done on a big machine production line. Oh wow. It's cool as. There was someone in Brisbane selling a 3D printer that did a metre by a metre by a metre. It's a cubic metre printer. Supposedly they could print engine blocks on it. Some of these MakerBot ones look insane. They hold insane price tags quite often as well. This is a Ender Model 3. It's the normal one, not the Pro one. I got it off Banggood.com for $200. Heaps of them on eBay and Banggood and stuff, they're everywhere. We're still a little bit inconsistent with what's coming out of the printer, but we'll let it get this print out of the way and I'll see what the layers are like and see if they get any better as they go along. Because it is the first stuff I've printed too, so it's a whole kilo roll up there, I really don't care. Although it does still sound like an alien trying to communicate with the outside world, it's not overly loud. Probably picking up a lot of noise from the mic there, but it's actually not that loud of a printer, which is cool. The first one I had was very loud. It was a DaVinci Duo. It was expensive. I paid like $1,000 for that. Got ripped off hard, I think. Once I get a bit of quality control going on and I can get some replicatable results, we'll probably make some cool 3D printing videos at some stage, but like everything, it's just time and money. I thought worst case I'll get my learning out of the way on a cheap one, and if I damage or ruin anything, it's not the end of the world, and if I have to, I'll buy a better one. So the bed size is 220 by 220 at the base, and it can do up to 250mm high off that, it says. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to go live over on TikTok for a little while it's printing. Does it come as we see it there? No, you've got to assemble it. The base is pretty much assembled. You've got to put the arms and the top sides on. The screen goes on, the power supply goes on. But it took me probably an hour to put it together, a little bit longer to finish it off. I've still got to do a little bit of cable management to make it better than what it is. But yeah, like, man, that's cheap. I haven't added anything to it. This is all just what come with it, and I just bought some filament from 3D Phillies. And yeah, that's what it's like. Right, going live over on TikTok. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks boys for the advice. I appreciate it as always. And look forward to doing some more lives and stuff like that when we're printing stuff cool. Cheers guys, out.